Hey everybody, it's Tafony here once again, and today I am rambling about the new tech Korg NTS-2 Oscilloscope kit. Now, it's going to be a bit of a different one today. Well, you know what, before we start doing this, I'm just going to say it's going to be a bit of a slow burn here as I do the DIY kit itself, and I think that's okay. Quick disclaimer here, I'm not affiliated with Korg or New Tech. No, New Tech is a brand of theirs. Either way, I'm not affiliated with anyone or anything that I can think of anyway. This isn't sponsored or presented by or in partnership or anything like that. I'm just some nerd here to talk to you about hardware synthesizers, and yeah, I am not trying to be a journalist. I'm not here to sell this to you or present it for you, assess it for you, anything like that. I'm just documenting my journeys with hardware synthesizer stuff. Now, I promise we will get back to Eurorack soon, but I needed an oscilloscope for well, everyone needs an oscilloscope for one, but I needed one for trying to do a little teaching, so, or a little learning as well, I should say, but yeah, this is the part where I normally say it sounds like this, but it doesn't sound like much of anything today unless you count the ruffling of boxes. Did somebody take the sticker sheet? Maybe not. If I could say something really random in the rambling about vein here right off the rip, I kind of have an aversion to like doing unboxing videos. Not that really it's like a thing that people do, but I've always just kind of like there's a line. I get that everything on some level, especially in Eurorack, it's like kind of promotional in a way, even if it's not sponsored or anything. Like, I just fear like coming across as just like trying to sell a bunch of crap, and to make a video of like the purchasing process would be like a step too far for me, I think. But I think in a video like this today where you have to assemble it yourself, I think it's okay. I don't know, there's nobody, well, I'm sure there are people out there calling the shots in that regard, but yeah, just don't expect me to, when I made the Digitone 2 video, I considered doing like the unraveling and pulling out the post and stuff, and I did do it for the Archer's Rig video because I felt it was valuable there for whatever reason, but I just don't want to do it. So, that being said, we'll be unboxing for this video because we need to put this thing together. It is a DIY kit. Now, this actually isn't the first SQ1, that's the other Korg thing, the NTS-2 that I've had. I have done this once before. If you go way back in the tafony archives, there is probably more than a year ago, I got this. But then I got into Eurorack. I got a Mordax Data. I was using that. It is great. It was my oscilloscope, and then I sold it when I was low on money and room, and I got a IntelliGel Zero scope, which was nice, but it is quite small. However, I think if I can have the low cost, the saving of rack space, and the big screen, I think the NTS-2 will be a marriage of all those again. And I had it previously, and I really liked it then, so let's do it again. Now, you do have to build this, so I think maybe today's video can just be us building it together, if that could be a thing. Now, I'll just, you know what, I'm gonna try and talk and build at the same time. I know, right? What did they say? Brevity is the soul of wit. Well, let's see if we can assemble this without contorting our appendages in the ceiling fan, as they say. Now, I wanted to say off the rip that here's the manual. There is this declaration for the EU, I believe, which wouldn't apply to Canada. It comes with the sticker sheet. this version, what I was trying to say originally here was that there is a version that comes with that sticker sheet, that book as well. But I think it's and this might just be a Canada thing, as it often is, but like they're in a weird spot where there's still some of the bundle that exists, but there's also like, here's another manual. Still some of the bundle exists, but they also sell it standalone, I believe still unassembled, without the hardcover bajuk, the book. Who is it? Kim Bjorn, but they call this series bajuks. So if you're here, you've probably seen these things out in the wild. I like Korg. Korg has a cool history. I'm not here to shill for them though. So just to say that I think the non-book version is a thing that is still around, but yeah, not every version of this comes with it. However, the local retailer here in Vancouver had the version at the old price on a Black Friday sale for including the book as well. So yeah, it ended up being a decent price was all I wanted to say. But just check to make sure that you are either getting or not getting the book, depending on whatever you are expecting. Just keep that in mind. Now, I've been talking for 10 minutes and I haven't even found the instructions yet. So, instructions. Let's open this thing up. Ah, yes, the old weird Korg folding manual. Now, will y'all be able to see this on the screen? I sure hope so. Let's move this down a little bit. And I think this is bilingual in every way, so let's do a little step-by-step here. I might have to take things out of the frame. That's okay. We're not here for the science. Well, if you're here, you surely are not. So, take it out. And we want to snap it first. Yeah, we want to snap this big board. Are you ready? You ready? I'm not. I'm scared. I don't want to break the screen. Ooh. There we go. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay, we snapped the screen. Now, says attaching custom sideboard. Okay, so there's numbered here. Well, lettered here. Attaching custom sideboard, use these spacers. See, step 5. Okay, I don't think we're there yet, so let's break these parts. Oh, it's scary. It's scary. Oh, it's not that scary. It actually doesn't snap. It's like peeling. There you go. Breaking that there. This one actually might be the scariest. Okay, take these two pieces and put them to the side for now. See if I can. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Those off to the side, and then this board needs its little ends snapped off as well, so those can go here for the moment. Go pop, pop, pop. Man is never hot. Now, so that's step 1. Step 2. Looks like all of this is happening on the rear panel, so let's grab our rear panel. And where are those side pieces now? If we pull up our rear, let's see. There's a sticker sheet somewhere. I guess, you know what, that's probably the easiest thing, the easiest piece of this puzzle, I suppose. Maybe we'll do that first. Trying to set this up for the video is an interesting one for sure. Let's open this up. Okay. I'm trying to remember how long this took last time. I remember being surprised at how long it took my stupid ass to do it. So let's put it together now. Just putting the rubber feet on the back inside of these little labeled circles. That's cool. We're shuffling them around. It's great. I'll put that off to the side for now. And then I think the next thing is you got to kind of line up these corner pieces with the little metal corners that are in this box. Now they give you a screwdriver. If I can find that little baggie, which is back there, put that down. I'll put these other spacers around here. This is probably going to end up being a big old pile of stuff, and that's okay. Now, these screws, though, you probably didn't come here for a half an hour video of me fumbling with screws yet. Here you are. I've been meaning to add some things to the disclaimer at the beginning of the videos, and one of them definitely will be use of the time controls that YouTube provides, because I use them while I'm editing, and I think if you're watching these, you would probably appreciate the use of them too. Now, I don't think these have a particular side that matters, if you can see that, so we're just going to try and slide them in whatever way matches up, I believe. Yeah, I don't think they're any different, although I remember something being different on this front, but maybe that was the that might have been the NTS-1 and not the NTS-2 as well that I'm thinking of, but let's just get these ones in there. Is this the right screw? Am I just driving it in? No, okay. We're just gonna kind of fasten it like a bolt this way, lining it up, and then we'll do the other four. I'm doing this one, and if you are devoted enough to the Tafony channel to watch this, I should probably say some more interesting back line housekeep-y stuff. And I want to start that by asking if you have any suggestions for formatting or programming or things you would like to see or changes you would like to make to the channel, and probably not specific to this NTS-2 video. You're totally welcome to reply to it and tell me I am fat and stupid like that one guy said. But I would just say, if you want to see, let's just say, hey, I like the videos, they're too long though, which is definitely something that I am cognizant of, but I don't know how to change it. Or if you want to say, hey, I like the videos, but I don't want to hear about I don't know, I don't like your demos, or I do like your demos, or there's not enough playing in them, or something like that. I don't know if that's necessarily things I would agree with. I'm just trying to think of like suggestions I would love to hear. I am going to put an email in the description boxes soon, but I need to set it up first, so that is also on the way. Not that setting up an email is a big task, I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So this might sound really stupid, but one of the things that I've kind of enjoyed doing lately, and please don't inundate my inbox with support requests, but it has been nothing is more fun on this channel than talking with the community and just hanging out like a bunch of friends, because I'm not a influencer or synthfluencer or anything like that. I'm just some nerd like all of you. Well, you're probably not nerdy like I am, but it's just fun to interact with the community, and it has been fun to have people come and just say, hey, I also have the, I don't know, this module, and I can't figure out how to get it out of VCA mode. What gives? Did you? And then I was like, oh yeah, I had that same problem too. The solution was blah, blah, blah. And I just think like stuff like that is really fun. So that would be cool to get the email address going for that reason. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, if you have suggestions on that front, maybe give me a shout or tell me to shut up. Well, you can if you want to. some people do. But that is what we're here for. Close that. Okay, so we got the two sides on here. I promise I won't derail this because it's going to go on way too long. So if we look at this chart here, can you see it? We did our rubber labels, we did our 4 screws on the corners, we did all these. Now we have to do these little skinny screws on the face of it. And while I'm doing that, I just want to mention that while we're rambling about on the, I don't know, bigger picture side, I need to, well, I don't need to. I feel this like, I don't know if pressure is the word, but I feel like obligated, I guess. And that sort of has a negative connotation to it, but I just don't think of it in a negative way at all. Like I really love doing this, and it's not work. It's not, this is what I do for fun. I don't want to take a break from it, if that makes sense. But what I want to say is that I haven't been making as many videos the past couple days as I enjoy doing because Mrs. Tafony and I got engaged today. I proposed and she said yes. So that is a cool piece of trivia that no one asked for, and I figured it would be fun to let all of y'all 3 people who subscribe know. So yeah, I apologize for the lack of videos this week because I love making them and I have been eager to make more. But alas, work has been extremely busy, and getting ready for this proposal was an extremely busy thing, and I have a final on Thursday, and I'm not here to complain about all that. I just wanted to say that the crazy daily uploads will probably continue, but fret not if you've been missing them over the past week. I've only done like 4 instead of like the usual 7, which in saying out loud it sounds kind of crazy, but to what I was trying to say before about the tips and production stuff, I guess, if I run these videos or I make these videos in a way that is really manageable for me, if that makes sense, and by that I mean it's kind of like sometimes I do script them. I've said this in some of the videos that like they aren't completely without scripts sometimes they are completely unscripted, sometimes they are heavily scripted. It all just kind of like depends. I don't think it actually changes the outcome that much, but what I bring this up to say or to ask is like, if you have any thoughts on the formatting, like do you like it being this long? I'm curious to hear what you would say, but I don't have a ton of flexibility, if I'm being totally honest, in the way that like this sort of works for me and my schedule and my life, if that makes any sense. So I guess maybe this is a good time to talk about that a little bit. I do want to do like a rambling about episode. I have like a joke in my mind for the thumbnail will be like the endless spiral or a never-ending babushka dolls of little thumbnails inside thumbnails inside thumbnails. So maybe we'll talk about that more at that point, but I did want to say that the setup is this iPad, this camera, which both are running Final Cut for iPad. I do not use a DSLR or anything like that. I have a background in video production that I do not put to use at all in this channel because I fear that if this becomes a huge chore in post-production and pre-production, if it did, if it just becomes a chore in any way, I'm just not going to do it. Oh, sorry. I was just in the middle of talking about how important it is to simplify this setup by use of iPad Pro with Final Cut Pro and the multicam sync, but it also has a lot of headaches, to be totally honest. Like, I say on balance, it's still worth doing this way for me, but God, sometimes the iPad Pro glitches and the struggles with getting it to pair with the other camera, which it's not doing at all for this video, by the way. Sometimes when videos get really long, the iPad just like can't deal with it and the projects get like corrupted almost. I don't know. It's just like, I think it's like they get to a certain size where the iPad can't handle it, so I have to like transfer it to desktop and back. I can't even remember right now what actually the fix is for it sometimes, but like the Queen of Pentacles video, I shot that and edited it in like an hour and a half, and then spent like 2.5 hours like messing around with the stupid Final Cut stuff because it was a huge chore. Okay, NTS-2. What were we saying? We want to put this board on to the front. So I think what we need to do in order here is we gotta take this pin connector from the battery and connect it to this little board, and it does so like this. Maybe I should show you here and show myself for that matter, and it'll click. There it is, it's attached. That is great. Now on this front there is in order to connect these two, and if we look at this board, we want the ports facing up, so we will connect first those top and these bottom and snap that into place, and then I think that was it for this step. Put that on the front. Yeah. Okay. We're actually almost done here. It's I don't know if there's like a chart or whatever for like skill to, I don't know. It just, this is not much of a challenge, and you might appreciate the simplicity of it. I sometimes do, depending on what it is. Or you might want something more interesting and challenging. I don't think this is going to offer anyone too many headaches. So if you're interested and completely new to like DIY projects, I don't know if I'd actually recommend this, just because it's like, you know, so easy that, you know, it just takes a little time and it's fun. And I get to talk to all y'all while I do it. Wow. Yeah, I say how easy it is and then I fumble with this, right? Okay, we're doing Eurorack style. I'll just start with these two corners, and then I think this in the front goes here and here. Yeah, they make these short enough that you don't have to necessarily like pop them in before. Well, the instructions don't tell you to pop them in before either, so seems pretty simple. Now, I think one thing I am actually going to do as well, maybe we'll get one screw onto this part first. Yeah. Maybe we will just boot this thing up to test it before I... Hold on. Let's go. Okay, we got you... to my bigger discussion about doing everything in the rack and not a studio, I have USB power in the rack, which is great. Hey, new tech is on. We have an oscilloscope. Let's go. There's a weird line there, isn't it? Huh. Hope. Why is there a weird line there? Is that because of the screen overlay? You see, I got... Huh. Maybe that's this overlay. We'll go into that in a moment, but I don't know. Nice big screen. USB power. Doesn't take up any URAC space. I think this thing actually has LFO outs on it too, so let's do a little bit of that. Well, I gotta put it all the way together first. I don't think, and I don't remember if what was I going to say? I don't remember much about using this one, to be honest. So this video is mostly about putting it together. I don't know how exciting of a demonstration it might be, but maybe we can swing something together at the end here. This is fun. Is that stupid? I'm a nerd. Well, if you're here, you're probably one too. Okay. Now I think just this last piece, and then we're done, at least on the unit itself front. I just wanted to turn that on to make sure that we didn't misscrew anything or didn't not assemble it properly. It takes USB power, obviously. When I first got this, or when I was picking it up today, I was like, oh yeah, do you have to use it with batteries? But nope. It's great because of the aforementioned USB case power that I have out of the Eurorack. And the person who sold it to me, and if you are here subscribing, give yourself a shout out right now. I won't attempt to say your name, for it is French, but the person I bought the USB power from said something to the effect of like, wow, now your mortgage payment synthesizer rack can power your $20 iPhone or something. And I thought that was hilarious to take. However, it's like one of my favorite, or it's one of the most useful utilities for this setup, because right now I have this this light is running, this NTS-2 is running on that USB power, and then if I need to run the iPad chargers out of that too, I can run that. To my conversation before, oops, hopefully you can see me actually doing this, hey, before I'm talking to nobody. To what I was saying before is so on the interface front, I bought this Behringer, hold on, let me just put this last screw in and then I'll show it. I bought this Behringer Eurorack USB interface, and I remember always thinking, like, why doesn't anybody make a USB-C interface that's iPad compatible? And then somebody pointed me to the, which was pre-order at the time, and I did pre-order it. It's this Behringer CS9? Here's a little bonus episode, didn't you hear? Behringer CU1A. That thing sucked. Well, I'm using it right now, and it still sucks. First of all, it's passive, which you might think, well, that's okay because the iPad will power it, right? But then you can't use it as just a headphone jack because it has headphone out on it, which is sweet. But if it has to be connected to the iPad, then okay, well, there's no powering it and using it as just a headphone amplifier, so that sucks out of the gate. Second, there's a volume knob on the face of it, which I assumed, and this is my fault for not researching it more, but I assumed that that was an attenuator for the volume that comes in, so that you could, level it out going to your iPad, but it's not. It requires attenuation beforehand because it doesn't receive Eurorack signals well. It seems to just it blows out. I don't know if it is expecting line level in a Eurorack module or something, but the thing is just blown out all the time. Right now I have it attenuated and compressed, and just because this stupid thing can't handle it. Now there is a nice upside to being passive or being powered. It's not passive, obviously. It's powered by the iPad and not by a Eurorack power supply, so that I don't need to rack it. I can save the rack space by keeping in this colonoscopy bag and hanging on the table. What were we talking about? The NTS-2. Hey, okay, so we screwed on the plastic panels. Let's plug in our USB. We'll turn it on. I got our new tech. We still have that bar coming across, so if I pull, okay, you know what? I'm leaving the screensaver on. There is a bar that is part of the screensaver. If you're watching this video and you put yours together, just know that that is a thing. Now, as I drop it. Now there is this stand section. The manual, if you can see at the bottom, sort of suggests that you can use it as a blueprint to create your own. I appreciate their, I don't know how you say, they're trying to encourage some DIY creativity, I think, but it also comes with these plastic settings, so you don't have to create your own at all, was kind of my understanding. NTS-2. Okay, should we actually try and demo this thing? Do we have time? Dare we? Dare we? Lest? Okay, we're going to hit play on the Hermod Plus. We're going to hit start on the PAMS Pro, and we're going to show you an oscilloscope. Isn't this exciting? It's not very, but that's okay. We're going to go in, and now you see on the back of the unit there is 2 inputs, 2 throughs, so it'll duplicate the inputs. So if you want to monitor an LFO, you don't have to sacrifice that LFO, obviously. And then there's outputs for outputting the signals on board. Now we got input 1 going, so right now I'm sending it gates. Let's switch it to, sorry, this is on the PAMS front right now. Let's switch it to, I don't know, a sine wave. Sorry, it's the refresh rate we want to change, or the time value. So let's go to 5 volts. Let's go to vertical is there. Sorry, horizontal is what I want to do. So I want to slow this down so that you can see the sine wave. Yeah, this is what I need. Slower time. So yeah, LFO. Boom. Voltage 2. Okay, so my LFO's only positive and only 2 volts. I don't think PAMS can send negative voltage. Correct me if I'm wrong. So now here we are. Let's go into a different shape. We've got this envelope looking non-sine. Interesting. We've got this logarithmic envelope, some other stuff. We got random. Boom. It's pretty square. We've got this one which is sloped random, slewed random. And yeah, those are some of the PAMS waveforms. But I just wanted to show you kind of how that looks, and it's really pleasant thing, I think. I think it's just like a nice display. Keeping this sort of thing out of the rack, I think, is also nice because, like, yeah, you don't have to use it every time. Only reach for it when you do need it without sacrificing the rack space. I think that's a pretty cool thing to me. It's nice to, I don't need to introduce the oscilloscopes to you if you're here, but they are very fun, very, very enjoyable. Yeah. Whoa, noise envelope. Interesting. I've never actually, I wonder what it's like using some of these. Yeah, I wonder what some of these waveforms are like. Ramp waves, triangles, squares. Very cool. Anyway, there's LFOs on board if they suit your fancy. Alright, thank you so much for watching the Korg NTS-2. Really, it's a video about rambling about, but there'll be more of that soon enough. I appreciate y'all. It's Tafony. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will talk to you once again soon.